I've never really been an old school retro bike kind of guy, but if there was one motorcycle which has always caught my fancy, which would definitely be something I would have in my garage if I could afford it, as far as old school racers go, it's definitely the Triumph Thruxton R. And this bike right here is a scaled down version of the same motorcycle and the newest addition to the Triumph family, the Thruxton 400. And as you would expect from a cafe racer, even though this is based on the Speed 400, a lot has changed, starting with the most vital ingredient, the ergonomics. So you get clip-ons now, which are a lot narrower so that you can tuck in properly. They're also a lot more lower set. Same goes for the foot pegs. The foot pegs are more rear set and higher up, almost 28 mm higher up is what we are told. You have the seat, which has again been redesigned to give you the proper riding position. And you have the stank, which is the same capacity, but it is longer to again give you the perfect cafe racer stance. And as you can see, the way I'm sitting, this is definitely not going to be fun when you're riding around in the city, riding around in traffic, where there's going to be a lot of pressure coming onto your wrist and your back, because this is a proper committed position. But hey, I'm not complaining one bit. I love the direction in which Triumph have gone. No half measures. It's a proper committed position like you would expect from a proper old school cafe racer. And it delivers. And the good thing about that is this. The bike becomes so much more fun in corners. You have so much more feel coming up from the front. Really good feedback. Nice. And yeah, as you can see, the roads are far from perfect. But if anything, that's just highlighting how brilliant the suspension has been set up. Just soaking up all of these bumps, I can barely feel them. Amazing. Now when we go to the far side of corner, let's see if this has come at a compromise of the stability that you require when you're pushing in corners. So far, the suspension impresses. And the next part which impresses is, of course, the engine. Look at it go. Woo! Solid brakes as well. It's the same setup, sintered brake pads, 300 mm disc. Works like a charm. But yeah, coming back to the engine. The engine too is the same 398cc engine. Liquid cooled, but it has gone under the knife as well. There have been a lot of internal changes to help it pump out 42 PS compared to the 40 PS on the Speed. And as you would expect on a racer, the entire torque and power band has shifted a little bit to the top. So maximum power kicks in about 1000 RPMs later. And it's definitely a lot stronger up top. But yeah, the other thing which continues to shine on about this engine is the refinement, man. So now I'm as low as the second gear. Let's open the gas. Yeah, the fueling continues to be immaculate. And look at the refinement, no buzz. Yeah, now around the 7000 RPM is where I start feeling the buzz a little bit on the pegs. But then again, in the fifth and sixth gear, it's butter smooth. So you can easily do 130, 140 on this motorcycle on the highway all day long. The refinement is amazing. Love the brakes. Really good bite, really good feedback. And let's go at the other end of the spectrum. Third gear, I'm as low as 2000 RPM. Yeah, pulls cleanly. I mean, this is the one thing which Triumph gets so right all the time. It's the fueling. It's so good. So good. Riding around in the city, at least as far as the engine goes in terms of tractability, this is still just as good as the Speed 400. But also in terms of the final drive, it's exactly the same final drive as the original Speed 400, which I loved, which left me with very little to complain about. Let's wait till we get to the flowing corners to get an idea if this amazing ride quality has come at the expense of the kind of support that you require to go fast in corners. Because that was the problem with the Speed 400, is when you started going fast and started braking really hard and tipping the bike in a corner, it would want to tie itself in knots because the suspension wasn't set up for that kind of riding. I love the agility of this bike. At the same time, it's still really sure-footed. Cannot believe the confidence it's inspiring on this dilapidated road. Really good composure. Man, I love that engine. Fast corner, no. Handles really well. If anything, I feel, at least for the road, for this kind of riding, what this motorcycle is made for, I think the suspension is perfect to the T. Look at it. Oh man, I'm wishing I was in my race suit. Oh, it's handling beautifully. Lovely. No, I think they have done a tremendous job with the suspension. You again have the same 140 mm and 130 mm travel at the front and the back, like on the original Speed 400. And the damping too is absolutely spot on. Wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. Really good job. As far as delivering a different riding experience compared to the Speed 400 and the Scrambler, Triumph have delivered that to the T. That's a welcome surprise. I did not expect the Thruxton to end up being this good. And what I love about it is, like, this is a complete package. The only thing I can fault is, yeah, it could do with adjustable levers. But from a riding experience perspective, it checks all the right boxes. Which brings us to the big elephant in the room. The only thing on the motorcycle which I don't like, and that's the way it looks. And I've been thinking about it from yesterday. Like, why doesn't it stand out? Why does it not look as premium as, say, the Scrambler 400X or the Speed 400? And I guess the only thing I could think of is, first and foremost, the tank design, though lovely, I think they've made it too compact. It's too narrow, and that essentially leaves two big holes in the fairing, which makes the fairing look like more of a bolt-on addition to the bike rather than a homogeneous part of it. Secondly, I'm not a big fan of the tail section. I would have preferred it to be a lot more minimalist than the way it looks right now. And lastly, I think it's probably just down to the paint scheme, the paint job, the colorway. I think the same motorcycle in just a solid color, the red or the yellow or the black, would look so much better than what they have done here. It just doesn't stand out as much, doesn't scream quality as the Scrambler 400 or the Speed 400 does. But if you can make do with the way it looks, I think as an overall package, it is something which I'm really glad to be proven wrong about, because I was worried Triumph was going the Royal Enfield way, where they had one too many products with the same engine and the same platform. But the Thruxton most definitely stands out from the Speed as well as the Scrambler 400 in the way it delivers the performance, the way you sit on it. It's a proper Pakka cafe racer. And yeah, it's definitely a motorcycle, I would say, for the enthusiasts. It's not for the masses, because the riding position is going to be quite committed for daily commutes. But for enthusiasts, I mean, it has everything. You have really good sorted suspension. You have a really punchy engine, which is incredibly refined. You have really potent brakes. You have really good tires. You have a riding stance which really adds to the overall riding experience, which together I think more than justifies its 2.74 lakh price tag, and more importantly, it helps the Thruxton stand out from its other siblings.